Here's a quick one about a young guy, only 24 years old, been with his girl for like 9 years, obviously he was going to marry her and all, who, like this, handle things like a boss and dumps her upon finding out that she's a big giant cheater. And naturally, and understandably, he tells her family what was going on, because they were like his family, and let's just say it didn't go well from her. And she is losing her darn mind about the whole thing and blaming him, because, her life not turning out too well. And that'll be an entertaining one to go if you're making a point, guys. You ever find your girl cheating on you or anything like that? A, break up with them just like this. And B, yes, control the narrative and you have a right to hell whoever you want. And if she blames you for that, well, it just backs up what they say about the gals and accountability. Titled, Found out my girl of 9 years cheat on me with a 45-year-old man with a family. And a shout to Adam for sending in this story. He says, I'm D, I'm 24 years old, and my now ex-girlfriend Chris, also 24, and I had been together since high school. 9 years of being each other's best friends and partners. Smack! Stop saying the partner crap. We went through a lot together, including a brief period apart in college, but we always came back stronger. Until recently, I thought our love was unbreakable. But in October, my entire world fell apart. Sorry it happened, man, but there's no such thing as unbreakable. It started in August 2024, when I noticed some changes. Chris wasn't replying as often, and even though she just started a new job as a front office attendant, it still felt off. I trusted her and even encouraged her to have her own social life, but I began feeling uneasy. See? Trust your gut. Uneasy. You knew something was going on here. And he could tell she was behaving differently. When you're with somebody for 9 years, you can tell when something's up. A friend suggested I follow her, which I did, and soon I learned that she was being driven to work by a man from her workplace, a driver in his mid-40s with a family. Chris had never shown any interest in drinking before, but she started going out, claiming she needed space to focus on herself. When a girl says she wants space, that means she just wants space from you. And that usually means, I'm looking for your replacement. I think amongst many other things. Need space, need to take a break, need to work on myself. All those things are in the same category of, yeah. On October 20th, I followed my instincts and went to her office in the rain, only to find them video calling. It was heart-wrenching to see her looking happy and wearing a sleeveless shirt, something she'd only done for me. Sleeveless shirt, huh? Well, he does mention later on they're both from Asian families and they seem pretty strict and all that. When I confronted her later that night, she denied everything. Of course. Which only added my pain and confusion. I confided in my sister the next day. I was feeling completely lost. On October 28th, our 9th anniversary, I went to her place with flowers and a letter. While she slept, I checked her phone and found months of messages with the driver, calling each other love, and going on dates. When I confronted her, she tried to deny it, then broke down in guilt. I told her I loved her and left devastated. I wish she would have done that before we bought the stupid flowers. Well, there you go. This all adds up. This is why I pay attention to your gut. Need space. Well, yeah, she needs space from you to F the driver. Amongst many other things. Taking longer to respond to him, not hanging out as much. Yeah. Since then, her family has turned against her. Well, there you go. And she's been messaging me, accusing me of ruining her career and her life. No, you ruined your career and life. Your family wanted to know what's going on, and I told them, and you ruined that. And if it's your job, you're effing the driver. I don't know where I went wrong, but I'm choosing to move forward, focusing on myself. I've loved deeply and learned a hard lesson. I hope one day I find someone who values loyalty as much as I do. Well, good for him. I like that he's focusing on himself and he's learned a tough lesson. And what's great here, even though he spent we're not done yet, by the way. Even though he spent 9 years with her, boom, he's done. Most guys, no freaking way are they able to walk away like that. Now some updates and all. He says, thank you so much for the heartfelt comments. I deeply appreciate them, even though I don't know you personally. Every comment means a lot to me. To clarify some of your questions, and here are the questions that he responds, because I'm curious. 1, how did her family get involved? 2, how did her office get involved? 3, why is she blaming me? Because you're a guy, because you have a schlong. That's why they blame you. 4, why aren't we living together? 5, does she have unresolved family issues? He says, here's some context. We're both Asian and come from very conservative families. Okay, here we go. Hence the not wearing sleeveless shirts or something. Shit, does she wear skirts? Does she show her legs? As is often the case with our culture, there's a strong sense of family loyalty and collective mindset, where family members are expected to stay close-knit, yet still maintain their own personal pursuits. That says, if it ever gets to be too much, our parents are generally supportive and we decide to live separately. Now about her family, we've been together for 9 years, so I was close with them. I have a particularly good relationship with her brother, Jay, who I confided in about what I witnessed giving evidence. He was immediately angry and took action, messaging their family driver to berate him and telling him to get lost and calling his police friends. Well, what is it, the work driver or the family driver? The family driver's doing the daughter? Obviously, these are wealthy families, I guess. Jay even waited at her office to confront the guy. He also told their mother, who works for the Supreme Court, what had happened. Since I'm close with her mother as well, I reached out directly, sending evidence as well. She ended up leaving work and went home, and the outcome was extreme. She physically disciplined my ex for hours. Whoa. Shit. Asian parents can be strict. No shit. But, well, the ex is a legal adult, and that was going on? Okay. Asian parents can be strict, especially if they feel dishonored. This was no different. Her mom was furious because this could have easily become a scandal if it went public. Okay, is it more about them or the whole publicity of this whole thing? Okay. My ex is angry with me because of this. She blames me for the severe discipline she faced, which lasted through the night. How is it his fault? This guy's been nothing but good to her. No doubt too good. You all know why, what I mean by that. She was cheating on him. He dumped her, told the brother, and he's the bad guy here. No accountability. See, guys, it doesn't make a difference where in the world you are, what your culture, they all behave the same. This is why this information is relevant and necessary. I don't care where you are in the globe. Not only her mother disciplined her, but the whole family, which was uncles, aunties, and her 5 brothers, cursing at her and telling her she has done something terrible, which is why she's telling me that I ruined her image with her family and coworkers. No, you ruined it. Her office got involved after I contacted a close coworker of hers to see what they do. To my shock, they had known about the situation all along. Okay. I felt betrayed knowing they were complicit, which made me feel even more angry. My ex claims that I ruined her career because her mom wants her to go to the office and speak with HR to figure out who this guy was and what really happened. Sounds like her family's a wealthy, connected family, so this guy is in deep shit. Thankfully, nothing physical had occurred between them yet, which is my ex and the driver. Sounds like it did to me. In the end, her mom thanked me and expressed sadness for what I went through, especially after I told them that I was ending my relationship over this. And to answer the final question, yes, she does have unresolved issues with her father, which have affected her a lot. So does a lot of people. Doesn't mean they behave like this. Gee, a girl daddy issues, imagine that. I would also like to go to therapy because after the event, I have experienced some kind of panic attack or anxiety attack and scenarios hitting in my head of everything that's happened to me. It's like I know I'm breathing, but also have a hard time grasping for air, even though I am a physically well-shaped man for my age. And that's the abrupt ending. But the point that the whole thing is here is good for him, in my opinion, for exposing her. She deserved it. You know? I mean, okay, different culture, different way of doing things, that she was obviously a legal adult, and mom, opened a can of whoop ass on it, went fucking kung fu on her, but okay, it's not, not my business. But still, he's the bad guy here? No, he's not the bad guy. And no guy's the bad. What he guilty of, as clearly as you can all see, he was was Mr. Nice Guy. This guy, you can tell, put her on the pedestal, made her out to be the queen or the empress, whatever you want to, depending on the culture. And, and look what he got. This is why you can't make him your whole world. And him using words like partner, that's a bad idea. You can tell what he's like. You got to put yourself first. You can treat your girl well, but don't treat her so well she doesn't reciprocate. Or make her feel like she's the queen and she can do whatever she wants and you'll always be around. And they even also did long distance, had little breakups. I can imagine what was going on behind the scenes. But I have a hard time believing this isn't her first rodeo. And usually people are like this, the snakes, they of course will blame everybody but themselves. So anyhow, guys, you have a right to defend yourself. You have a right to break up with them. And I might add, you have a right to tell their family and friends and control the narrative, because if not, they will. End of story.